Philip. Philip. He's a striking panther. That's why we're doing the Pink Panther theme tune. He's amazing. I can't believe how good. Run the intro. Let's just enjoy Philip together. Who I also call Ollie. Who I also call a combination of alkaline. What? Welcome back then, viewers. It's good to see you. It's a Thursday. It's not, is it? It's a Wednesday. Crikey. I don't know what day. Where are we? It is a Wednesday. Tonight is the Streamer Showdown draft. We don't know the pool of the draft until 20 minutes before the draft at 7 o'clock tonight. So if you watch these as these videos comes out, there's a twitch.tv link in the description. I'm going to mention it at the start of today's video. Come and watch me draft and not know what players I'm drafting from a pool of what with budgets I don't. It's going to be a mystery, viewers. I do organise the whole thing, so I do know a little bit. 7 o'clock, see you there. It's going to be dramatic, that's all I know. As far as Thames, though, well, goodness gracious me, as you can see, top of the table, viewers. 29 points from 13 games. It's been unbelievable. Now, you join us. I thought I'd come at this point here, right? We play Plymouth and Southend, and what I thought I'd do is pick a moment where we stumbled. I was kind of waiting until we lost to come back and be like, how can we recover? Because the last time we lost, it was last episode, a 4-0 demolition against Sheffield Wednesday. It's fair to say what followed was a reaction from the boys. A 7-0 thumping of Sunderland. I did not see it coming. It was absolutely outrageous. Stone getting a 10 rating on the left-hand side. We could have had more. Ollie had a goal ruled out as well. It was ridiculous. We could not have been more on form as a team. So clinical as well. It was so impressive. 2 goals for Barras, 2 for Ollie, 1 for Ellison and 2 for Stone. It was, as I say, stunning. Followed that with a 4-0 victory over Swansea and a 2-0 victory over Oxford, and we were rolling a little bit, right? The 1-1 against Preston didn't slow us down. Wins against Millwall, Forest Green and Walsall, all really impressive. And look, we're starting now to really be a force. Recent result, though, against Colchester, a 3-1 defeat. One of the weirder games we're going to play as well. Quite even. We just didn't really have the best of it. Ollie Blake got sent off. Every time we lose a player, we are massively impacted by that. I know that sounds obvious, right? But it's not like we're able to just hold on and see things out. Not very well at all. Plymouth and Southend today then. We currently sit top of the table. We're hopefully trying to continue that as we go on. And I want to talk about the main man. Philip Ollie Canon is, which is how you actually say it, sometimes you get it right, is absolutely unbelievable. York City are a division below me, currently sitting in 12th place. The fact they've let me loan him back for another season is bizarre, right? They extended his contract for 1 year. We're paying 725 quid a week to have him. And his recent form, as you can see there, he didn't score in the most recent game and didn't play against Walsall as I was giving him a little break. But you can just see, like, goals happen when he plays, and he's going to, of course, start the 2 games today. We've had a few injuries here and there. We've had a few issues with suspensions and things like that. And in fact, we have an issue like that today as we get ever closer. We don't play Plymouth for a few days, so we might as well continue and chat together. But the way in which we're able to create chances and the clinical nature of that's horrendous news. Well, give you the clinical nature of Philip Olkanainen up front. Again, said his name twice differently already. Is so important to how we play. Right, you need that striker at the top end to make things happen. So often you'll have a save where defensively you're quite solid, your midfield is creative, but if the striker doesn't score the goals, none of the rest of it really matters, right? You need that guy at the top end to be finishing off chances, to give you a real chance to win games. I know that that's sometimes the biggest struggle I find, but especially when you go up divisions, right? Getting that player, finding that player that can do that. The fact that we've had Ollie do that for a few seasons for us now is such a highlight for me of this whole save, right? Because you depend on these guys more than you do the goalkeepers. Don't get me wrong, I love Canon, as my left back is now suspended and injured, which is a nice treat for him. You need players like Canon. You need a back line of solid players, right? I think of Andrews and McBride in previous seasons, right? And Renatino, you need these playmakers. Again, the importance of a striker. I cannot understate or overstate one of those enough. Just how important it is to have him. I'm in love with him. What can I say? I'm in love with him. What more can I say? All right, as we play Plymouth then, they're in 9th position. I'm a little concerned about the fitness of the boys. You can see a few players passing late fitness tests, so we should be okay. I guess we'll see as we go into this game here then. As this comes up every time. I ignore it pretty much every single time, and as you've seen from this season, that's been something that has been fine for us. You can see then we've got a situation in all sorts of places, but luckily for us, we've got strength in depth now. So Stone's going to come in on the left-hand side. Renatino I'm going to keep in there for now. Everyone seems fine to me. Ellison, I thought Ellison, hang on. Has he come back from an injury? What? Okay, I read the names P-E, as in first name P, second name E, and assumed for some reason it was Paul Ellison. I just got very, very panicked. Everything's fine. My brain tricked me massively there. I was very concerned about him. All right, we're going to risk Renatino. We're going to risk Ellison to play this game despite their lack of fitness. It's a game that I would really want to win. Barras, actually, we don't need to risk them. Barras can come in. McKinney and him can swap places, so we can freshen up the midfield a little bit. The right side is always a bit of a contentious issue for us. I mean, we could play Cooney there because he's got the pace, he's got the dribbling, he's got the finishing. I think first half, let's give him a go out on that side. How that would ever affect my goalkeeper viewers, I don't know. We've got the 5 loans on the bench there. Again, some of our defenders, I've had to step out a little bit just so we have the option of playing with enough loan players. I guess Packer makes sense to go onto the bench then. No, we can't do that because we've got 6. Oh, this is horrendous, viewers. Ellison then on the bench, of course. That makes more sense. And here we go then. Can we win another game? Plymouth to come, as the confusion on my face and tactically is baffling. That makes us look very weak. We're fine, trust me. McKinney's not even contracted right now. He's just freelancing for FC Thames, which I'm all for, mate. You freelance away. All right then, Plymouth versus Thames. It's always a good battle against these types of sides because I feel like they're a side that really want to be in the playoff contention, and currently we hold that top spot as we've conceded early. See, the problem is, I bring this episode to you because I'm like, right, I've lost a game. How are we going to bounce back after our defeat? And 90 seconds into the game, we're already a goal down as we don't get there. Maybe Canon. Maybe we bring back Canon again. The thing is, I've got Ford. I don't want them to take Ford off me because as much as he's sort of the backup goalkeeper, sometimes you have to rotate them in just so that the teams that are loaning them to me don't go, you're not playing our guy. And Ford, to be fair, as we looked at when we signed him, is in theory better than Canon, as that shot whistles wide from McKinney. I think next game I know who's going to be in goal though, and it also saves us a spot. The guy that scored for them has gone off injured. That might be good news. All right, the ball's played out to Ralph, who is filling in at right back for us today. Fleet then picks it up as one of our loan options, goes all the way back to Ford, and now it's a case of then can we find the perfect pass out from the back as that over the top to Ollie. Well, it nearly did it for us. Blimey, he was nearly in. Great defending, it must be said, from their centre-back, who just about hooked it away as they now try and keep the ball. Did their centre-back just do a little back heel? The arrogance of it, viewers, it appalls me. Stone on it. Looks for Ollie again. Defensively, we're testing. We're making sure that if they are going to make a mistake, we're trying that as much as possible. Finally, it works. We keep doing it. Ollie's in. You know what I said about clinical strikers? Not quite that time. It's a corner as well, viewers. Now, I do love a short corner, don't get me wrong. It's being played in first side. Barras, it's a free kick to Plymouth. Barras must have pushed him. From the looks of things, no matter what happens today, we probably stay top of the league table. We've played a game more than a couple of sides behind us, which is worth noting, probably because we were out of the cup early. So it's one of those things, isn't it? As Fleet's got it, I'm constantly looking at Ollie to see which type of movements he's going to make. He's gone. He went, stopped, volley. Volley from Ollie, and it goes wide again. He's had a couple of chances already. I mentioned that Sunderland game. We were so clinical. Like every highlight, it felt like was going to be a goal. It was daft. You usually have one of those games like once every 3 seasons, especially when you're not like a top team. If you're dominating your division, you probably have it more, right? But if you're a middling side, occasionally you will get battered, but occasionally you will hand out a battering, and a 7-0 is our biggest scoreline ever. So I'm gutted we didn't get to enjoy it together, viewers. All right, we've gone to half time here, halfway through the second half almost, and Ellison is going to replace Kuno. He's just a more natural player in that role. Renatino, we've talked about loads of times before. Those 2 players were not fully fit to start the game. They're going to kind of come on with half an hour to go. The question is, can they make something happen? Well, it's another set piece for Plymouth. It's a penalty. We don't even get to see it. It must be said, as we've gone up through the divisions a little bit, I've seen less nonsense penalties in League 2 and in League 1 as they make it 2-0 here, Plymouth. And back to the drawing board a little bit. This is going to be 2 defeats in a row. And again, we've got Southend coming up. They're up there in the league table. They're doing all right this season. So we need to be at our best. Otherwise, we're going to start talking about the playoffs rather than these automatic spots. You can see Southend in 6th. I think they're suffering a little bit in this game. Let's see, though, can the substitutions that we've made start to impact the game? Last episode, of course, we saw tactically I got things right. And I should say, speaking of last episode, thank you so much for sharing where you all are from and when you watch the videos. And some of you are apathetic towards them. Some of you love them, which is lovely to see. Thank you so much. I read through all of them. Lovely to see so much love in the comments yesterday. There were well over 300 of you that left a comment, so I appreciate that. Jackson lifts one forward again. Knocked down to Renatino. He's left-footed Renatino, although we do play him on the right side. Doesn't seem to impact too much negatively as that ball is cleared away. And now Ralph has to start from the back to find the ball forward. Goes back to Ford. And, well, Ford, you've got 20 minutes now to really impress me enough to start the next game. Oh, the layoff from Stone was sensational. Ollie's through. He's not going to miss from there. This game is not over yet. I'm not sure whether we should be celebrating in front of what I'm going to conclude is their family section. But, yeah, get back in the halfway. Come on, another goal. We don't need to see this again. Free kick for Plymouth on the edge of the box as Fleet put it down for them. I hope that was mind games. McKendry steps up and, well, it whistles just wide. And now then, in the final few moments of the game, Barras on a 6.4. It's not been particularly good from him, although bringing off players on the bench here, there's not really anyone that I could bring on. I guess Cabbage could come on for Barras and we could go 2 up top. Do you know, it's not something I do very often, but sometimes viewers needs must. Let's see then, can we make it happen? 2 advanced forwards. We're taking Ollie out of the central area, which is sometimes a bit of a risk, but, you know, 10 minutes to go. It's not Gabriel Jesus, so there should be something, at least something happening here. Demand more from the boys. 8 minutes to go. There's another set piece for Plymouth. It doesn't get played out. And now a throw-in, and if we can win this, we do. Ralph on the full volley. Finds, oh, that was ridiculous. Ollie now on it. Cabbage ahead of him. Ollie might go alone here, but Cabbage is making a wonderful run inside. Stone cuts inside himself, and he looked for goal here on the weaker foot. And he could tell it was his weaker foot. Whistles it wide. There's about 5 minutes to go. Another highlight, maybe. Can we pull a defeat back to the draw? That's the question. Russell on it at centre-back. He's got these 2 boys currently both standing offside. They just bring themselves level again as Fitzpatrick, Renatino, Cabbage. He's in. They've messed it up. Cabbage. Oh, my word. He wound that up like a golf shot. That took so long. He doesn't get the goal. We're not done yet. Stone's in. Header. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, we're pushing at the last here for another goal, but it's just not happening. 4 minutes added on at the end of the game. Whether we could change things, I mean, we're playing this shorter style. We'll go more direct for the final few moments, as if we don't already play direct in some situations. We don't get the win. I've just seen the stats of the game. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh my God. One of them was a penalty, which, I mean, whether it was a penalty or not, viewers, it's a mystery to me. And, oh dear. It doesn't happen all that often to me, I'll be honest, but I have been well and truly FM'd there. So if you're not aware of what an FMing is, it's when you should definitely win and you don't win, and the game has hurt you badly, and I feel pained right now. Right, on to the next one. Southend. We didn't play badly. If there's anything to take from it, we didn't play badly, and we maybe could have done more. All right, Luton won their game. Southend, I think here, probably turned their result around. Yeah, an 88th and a 94th minute winner against Sunderland. They've had a rough time, Sunderland. I'd say that. They're doing okay. I say, okay, 15th. Is that okay? No. I talked about having a clinical striker, and then our fans have had a go at the fact our strikers aren't clinical enough. So that sums up the Thames journey in a way. Right, we'll get the boys rested then, and we'll come back. 2 defeats in a row. It's a losing streak right now, viewers. Can't believe I'm going to say this, but we need to stop the rot. This is a problem. All right then, time to change a few things round. We mentioned it before then. Cannon's going to come back in goal. Billy Ford can't play anyway, as we've got him from Southend. But it allows us to have another loan spot on the bench. The first thing I'm going to do is Packham is going to start instead alongside Troy Fleet. We're going to change up the back 2 for this one. It also means that Neblet can come back onto the bench. Then we won't have another goalkeeper there. I don't think it's necessary. And then we've got our 5, right? We're not playing 2 of them. There's an argument to say that maybe Ralph should step out for someone like Ian Guard, who is, again, a slightly probably better defender. It's much of a muchness. They're very, very similar in what they offer me at right back. The rest of the side then, I think it's kind of obvious what we want to do. Ellison's going to come back in on the right hand side. Renatino's going to drop in for McKinney, and the rest of the lineup is going to remain as it was a few games ago when we were looking pretty dominant. Okay, we don't want to change things around for this one. We want to try and keep our best 11 out there, and I believe this is pretty close to that, but you do have to rotate a little bit. The one thing I'm criticised for quite often actually in the comments is I don't rotate nearly enough, so we will do just that. I'm looking at Ralph's average rating and last 5 game rating as I'm saying all of this. I'm going to bring him out. He doesn't necessarily look to be having a very good season. Guard's playing far better. It does mean I have to lose one of my loans off the bench, so Ralph and Russell can swap places, and everything's fine. Okay then, can we get things going? I want to see a little bit more of Barras in behind as well. Like, we talk about a lot of the wingers, we talk about the guy up front. We don't often talk about Barras, who was brought in as this man to link it all together, right? He's got that 16 passing, I think it was. I think it probably still is. So we are looking to him to make things happen. There's a reason Ollie's so successful, and he's one of those reasons. We need to see a few more good performances out of him. A few more goals wouldn't go amiss either. We get a booking very early. Renatino. We're going to play this short, of course. Barras is on that. finds Fitzpatrick, gets it back from Barras, and this is where his passing comes into play. Stone, Barras, Ollie's there. Oh, it's got to be a goal, surely. It's all over the place. We don't end up putting it in. All right, a little bit of possession for Thames as MacArthur lifts it forward. A little bit of possession that is now, well, no longer our possession. We're playing attacking again away from home. Now, whether that's the right move or not, I don't know. It kind of plays, oh my word, as they score, it kind of plays into the idea that I'm looking to outscore teams, and you base it on how many chances we created in the last game, right? I don't think we did the wrong thing. We just didn't take those chances. Right now, we're 1-0 down after 20 minutes. I'm not going to change from that. I think, again, going for it more and more, looking to find spots in behind teams, looking to try and force ourselves onto sides. That's the way I kind of want this team to play. And occasionally, especially as a newly promoted side, you're going to come up against teams that have got a little bit of quality. And Southend so far are proving to be that. But we're out shooting them. We've got more of the ball. Whether we're keeping it well enough, that's maybe the question. It's about those high quality chances that you can create, and you can see how the league table is altering here. Southend with a win here. Leapfroggers go to the top of the table. What a couple of games it's been for them. A late comeback against Southend, and now they're beating us. They've had one shot on target. This is one of those positions I find myself in, which is like, it's a difficult position to be in. Right, we're clearly the assertive side. We're playing far more pushed up than they are. Now, whether that's part of their plan, maybe they've looked at us and thought, well, we can catch Thames on the break if we need to. That's how we're going to play. So far, that's working for them. So we need to be a little bit smarter with our play. Sometimes maybe we need to be a little bit quicker with our play as well, I'm thinking. So we'll go a little bit more direct. The idea to that would be that when we can draw them out, right? If we can do that, then when we're attacking, we'll be a little quicker with it. We'll be a bit more direct with it. And that hopefully will bring about a goal. Or Ollie will find himself one-on-one. And then that's a chance that we can really hang our hats on. Right now, though, 20 minutes to go. This has been highlightless. Ellison on the right hand side having an absolute nothing game. Ollie up front is having little chances. We're going to make him the inside forwards. Cabbage, actually, you know what? Cabbage isn't going to come on. We signed the man. Mate below, we signed him last episode. I mentioned the fact he was going to come in. We're going to give him a chance. This is his moment to shine for us. Below is a very well-rounded striker. Probably, if I've been completely honest, the best striker at the club. Here's a chance to prove it, mate. Welcome to the team. We've got a corner kick. Stone and Fitzpatrick worked that out neatly on that side. It's headed backwards, actually, but smartly done, and then lofted forwards a little bit carelessly. And now this is the sort of moment you're looking for us. Below, he's picked it up. Oh, my word. Dear me, the defender just got in on him. Couldn't quite convert a shot on target. Guard plays it up towards him again. He's 6'2". He's quite a big lad. Stone now on that left-hand side, though. Beats his man. Shot on goal. Pulls it back for him. Oh, my God. Sell him immediately. Sell him immediately. It's the best chance he's going to have today, you would think. I mean, maybe not, but 12 minutes to go. You look at the way the game has gone. Is there more that can be done here? Is it worth changing up? Are we too attacking? Maybe that's part of it, right? Can we afford to be a bit more patient? Are we a better side than I thought? I mean, change-wise, I'm not sure what I'd have done differently here. I'd have changed striker. I mean, Phillips having a pretty average game, I guess. Maybe CUNY comes on to replace him. There's 2 minutes left. We're not going to win. And what a bizarre, well, I'm curious, folks, what do you think? What a bizarre couple of games. Sometimes these happen in seasons, and I wouldn't say we've dominated both games. We've dominated the first one. We've certainly had the best of the second one, and we come away with no points. And this is where I've got to make a decision, right? And I already know what I'm going to do, but this is where I have to make a decision. Do I then change things up, right, and try and revolutionize what we're doing, or do I trust what we've built? And do I stick with it? I'll be interested to know in this situation. And in fact, look, we're all football manager players, most of us, I would suspect. What do you do in this situation? Do you change things very subtly? Like my move probably now is to keep the system exactly the same. Not change the personnel necessarily either, but just to bring things back a little bit. Not be quite as aggressive with how we're playing. And maybe just build our way into games and then give us the option of going attacking. I think that's the one negative we've got in this side right now. That if we're already attacking, there's not much room to go in that direction. So maybe that's something to consider. Again, comment section. What do you think? I'm going to be reading through, as I did yesterday. It's going to be different. We're going to have a tactical chat. I look forward to it. Take care, everybody. Again, Streamer Showdown tonight, 7 o'clock over on my channel, kicking off things at 1:45. And there'll be links to all that in the description if you want to be involved. Follow me on Twitter for more information at DoctorBenjy over there. We love you with care. See you soon. Goodbye.